The Manilow Method podcast is a production by Logan Allen and me, Barry Harris. Now, let's start the show.
Hey everybody, we are here at the beginning of our second season of the Manilow Method. I'm Logan Allen, that is my co-host Mr. Barry Harris, and today we're talking about something interesting in the Manilow universe. We're talking about a couple of music videos. Now, music videos are very rare in the Manilow catalog, so it's really important that we highlight these because they are very few and far between. So we're talking about two today. We just released our album discussion for If I Should Love Again from 1981, and two songs from that album got the music video treatment, and it's the first two tracks from the album, The Old Songs and Let's Hang On. So let's first talk about the old songs, or we can kind of talk about them in tandem, however we want. We're very relaxed on our bonus episodes if you haven't found that out at this point. So, Barry, this is around the birth of MTV. We're starting to get visual Manilow experiences instead of just the audio from the albums. What makes this so interesting?
Well, I said this in the If I Should Love Again episode, is that the new challenge is the paradigm was you didn't have to worry about the visual part of it. You just create it in the studio and people formed their own picture. But now, starting in the year 1981, it was now standard that, especially for the big singles, you now had to visually represent what the song should be, especially in the MTV VH1 medium. Usually the record company will come up with a budget for all of the music videos. And so then you have to creatively figure out how much of the budget is going to go to which video. So I think it's clear to me that Let's Hang On got the bigger budget because you have multiple locations, you have multiple actors and background actors and other sets, whereas the old song seems to be on just one soundstage, one set, and like you said, it's just Barry Manilow himself. Now, what I like about the old song's music video is that he is getting dressed up. And that's usually the opposite of what you usually see in music videos. It's usually the opposite. So it's very classy. He's getting dressed up, and it is in a tuxedo. And in a way, he's acting out the song. He is acting out the situation in the song that you're hoping and praying that this is going to work, that using music to connect to somebody is going to be what helps. There is one actor in the video, and you don't see her face. You just see her walk in the door. He opens the door, she walks in, he smiles at the camera, and closes the door. And that moment, that little frame, I think is key. Just that moment, he's breaking the fourth wall and almost saying, wish me luck.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting how you said he's acting out the song. And we know that when he's on stage performing, he does a similar concept of where he has a mental movie, a mental music video of sorts, where he's picturing what's happening in the song. And I would be interested for this music video and for every other music video that he's done. What came first? The music video idea or the mental movie of what the song is about? And in what cases are those two ideas the same thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. And with Let's Hang On, I don't think there's any particular deep artistic meaning in this, except for the fact that it's a very fun video. And I would actually go as far to say, of all the Manilow music videos of the 1980s, Let's Hang On is my favorite music video because it has every element. It really accentuates the nostalgia because this is a throwback song. It goes back to the 1960s, and you have Barry Manilow acting out the Four Seasons role. They use the I don't forget what that technique is called, but basically you have you have the actor in the same frame multiple times, and that really looks like a cool effect. And you have it in black and white, those particular scenes, because you're going back in time and again accentuating that nostalgia. And then you have the contemporary colorized scene that's in the drive-in movie theater, and it's filled with humor. And my favorite part is the part where he goes to the car where there's a couple in the back seat, and he locks eyes with the man, and he goes, "Whoop." Moves on. That's the funniest part of that music video for me. But I think maybe another reason it's my favorite is because I have this special personal connection to Let's Hang On. I've loved this song for all my life, especially when it was included in the Platinum Collection compilation CD. I used to, when I was a kid, I would dance around to all the songs on that album. It was sequenced where it's up-tempo songs on the first part of that compilation and then ballads on the other. I would play the up-tempo portion and just dance around, and so Let's Hang On was one of those songs for me. And actually, another personal quick story about Let's Hang On, that now is a staple in my restaurant show. I sometimes, for hire, I will do restaurant gigs where they would like me to come in and play, or whatever event, corporate events or private parties, and I have a staple list of what my finale is. Spoiler, my finale is Copacabana, but one of the songs in the sequence is Let's Hang On, and that gets a great reaction every time because people, I think, know both the Frankie Valli version and the Four Seasons version, as well as the Barry Manilow version, and everybody just really responds well to it. So I don't think it's an accident that Manilow picked such a great song and it became a hit. It was bound to be a hit. I mean, who could resist how charming the song is, and the arrangement just really freshens it up. So this music video, I think, actually reflects that positivity and that joy, the exuberance that's in the track. But sometimes I've seen videos where I don't know how connected the music video is to the concept of the song. But in this case, I think that the visual elements reflect very well. And so for that reason, Let's Hang On is my favorite Barry Manilow music video of the 1980s.
Well, there you have it. Special little bonus episode for the If I Should Love Again album, talking about some music videos. We're going to do some more of these bonus episodes throughout this new season of ours, as well as seasons in the future. And we have some from our first season if you want to go and check out some more short form content like this. We really appreciate you watching. If you're listening to us on streaming platforms, you can find us on YouTube to see what we look like. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. It helps the algorithm and all that really fun stuff. And you can also find us on social media at The Manilow Method. I'm Logan Allen. That is Barry Harris, and we will see you very soon. Thanks, everybody.